Hey, what's up, Jameson? This is a quick demo video for you for your Korbanth Malak. Your dad told me that you really liked some of the sabers that I had done for him a while ago, and you were trying really hard to get one. Been doing a lot of yard work, straight A's in school, man. I think that's super cool. So normally when I would do something like this, because I also have a saber for your father, I really just wanted to make a separate demo for you. Normally I do just one demo for two sabers, but really wanted to break this apart, show you your saber, just kind of talk to you one-on-one about what you've got right here and about what your dad got you. All right, so this is a Malak saber from Korbanth. It's installed with the CFX. It is a 2-button setup. So you can see the dome tactile switches right here are your 2 switches. All right, and these are press fit into that plate right there. And I did not glue in that plate because that plate is a nice press fit down into the machining piece that's in the into the main body here. So that's the buttons are press fit into the plate, and the plate is press fit into the saber. All right, and then this just kind of holds it there. This really doesn't do a whole lot. It does go over the plate, but it's really just kind of agreeably. All right, so, but your front button, or the one that's closest to your emitter, that will be your power. That will go over here in a second. And then the guy right back here will be your auxiliary. All right, you've got a Carl Chen PCB in here. This is one of Carl Chen's newest PCBs. This is his V2. It's got quite a few LEDs on it. I'm not sure how many. I think about 28 or so. But that lights up really well even if you don't have a blade in it. I've got your blade plug right here. I'm just going to package this separately. Before you put this into your saber, although it does not touch the pins, so you don't have to worry about it, but I would put a little piece of green felt or something right around this rim and then inside of here too. Just best to be safe than sorry. All right, so that's what I would do with your blade plug. How to get to your chassis. All right, what you want to do is open it from right here. This is the only place on this saber that opens. So what I did here was I made a speaker pod. This is a removable speaker pod. It has a 22 millimeter Smuggler's Outpost Nano Elite speaker in it. It's fully enclosed, so it sounds really good. I've got the volume on this saber at about 40% right now. You could turn it up to about 80 if you want to make it a little louder. I probably wouldn't go much louder than that though, but it does sound really good. That stays in this pommel, and that's what it looks like. All right. So you've got that PCB right there in the middle that makes contact with those 2 prongs right there. If I can get my camera to zoom in, so you can see those 2 prongs. Up on top, you have access to your SD card and your micro USB. You have a 1.3 millimeter recharge port. If you don't know where to get the adapter for that, let me know. I will send you the link for the custom saber shop. That's where you get it, okay? And then right next to it, right here next to my pinky, that is your kill switch. So you'll want to just flip this on when you want to turn the saber on. Your dad had requested a particular sound font for you. So this is the Ms. Soto from Jesse over at Chirophonic and Benji over at Nerf Herder Customs. It is a very unique sound font. Probably the first time I put it on a saber. Hopefully the last time I ever put it on a saber. But anyway, we'll come over here. What you want to do is you take that kill switch. It's in the up position right now. So when you flip it down, you're going to turn your saber on. All right, so we'll just come over here, flip it down just like that. You won't hear anything because we don't have the speaker in. But just go ahead and come over here and screw your pommel on. Lock that all the way down. And there we go. So your LEDs. No, hold the power to turn it off. All right, so we're going to throw a blade in here. We'll go over that sound font just a little bit more, and then we'll move on to some other ones. This has the stock font package on it other than that one font. I'm assuming you and your dad, James, will buy your own fonts and put them on the Saber, but this just comes with the stock font package. To put a blade in, what you want to do is come over here and unscrew this top piece right here. When you screw this back on, don't tighten it super tight, because if you do, and then you try to take it back off, you could take all of this off, and you really don't want to do that. Like, I've tightened it hand tight, as tight as I could. This piece wants to stay, like this piece needs to stay on. All right. When you take it off, though, you'll see your blade retention screw. Right there. That's how we get to your blade retention screw. So we're going to loosen that blade retention screw, put a blade in, and then slide that shroud back over. This is set up for a full-length 1-inch diameter blade. I'm just using my test blade because it's a little bit easier to swing in my office. All right, but it is set up for a full-length blade. So you'll need a 1-inch diameter Neopixel blade. Normally, I recommend like places like Bendu Armory is a good place to get them. All right, but once you put that on and you tighten that grub screw down, you can take this shroud, drop it down, and then just twist it back on. So remember what I said, when you put this on, don't crank it so tough. You can just tighten it a little bit and it's good to go. And then we can come back over here and turn on this atrocity. Jesus. Hold down for blade lockup on the auxiliary. I have no idea what it's going to do with this. Yeah. And we'll turn that off. To go to your next sound font, you can just hold down power and hit the Saber.
Crystal focus.
That's how you trade sound fonts. Now it's on crystal focus. You can hit power. Well, that 22mm speaker sounds pretty good coming out of here. You got good flash on clash. Blaster bolt deflex would just be tapping the auxiliary button and you'll get this animation. Blade lockup is holding down the auxiliary button. Now if you want to change color, hold down the auxiliary and twist your wrist.
Spectrum.
You'll hear spectrum, right? And then you can just twist the Saber to go to whatever color you want. So we like that blue. When you land on something, hit power. Now we've locked in that blue blade. Just like that. All right. We'll turn that off. Go to another one. Remember, hold power and hit the Saber.
Crystal focus.
Do it again. Nebula. These sound fonts are okay, but aftermarket ones are a lot better. So when searching for aftermarket fonts, I always recommend KSIF and Kyberphonic fonts. Like between those two guys, you'll find everything you need. Blade lockup. We'll do one more. Nebula. Now, you can trade color. Let's turn this off for a second. You can trade color by holding down the aux and just twisting your wrist like I showed you. You also have several different blade styles on here. So again, we're going to turn on the blade, hold down the auxiliary and twist our wrist, but this time we're going to keep the button held down until we hear this, okay? Keep holding it. Blade profiles. So now again, you can twist the Saber, and every time you hear it click, it's a different blade effect. When you find one you like, again, tap the power, and we've now locked in that particular blade style. And you can mix and match the styles and the colors to whatever you want. just like that. All right, so we'll go ahead and show you how to break this down. We'll just want to go in reverse of what we did before. Unscrew the shroud, slide this up, come over here and loosen up your one blade retention screw. And one thing you will need to remember when you take your blade out is that you need to put that blade retention screw back into the emitter. And the reason you have to do that is so that the shroud has clearance to go back over and screw back down. All right, that's how you do that right there. And then, of course, when you're done, you'll want to come over here and flip your kill switch. So we'll take our speaker back off, just like that. I'll come over here and I'll turn this on so that you can see that it's on. And without hitting the buttons over here, I'll come over here and I'll flip the kill switch in the back with my finger, and it cuts everything just like it should. So all the power now is dead. All right, and then we'll put this back on for safekeeping. But anyway, that is your Korbanth Malak custom lightsaber. I hope that you really enjoy this thing and it was worth all of the hard work that you've been putting in all year. And thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.